Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carly received a call informing her that Bobby Spencer had died. In this episode, Sam was able to put things into perspective after Scout's nightmare. Olivia got into a fight with her best friend. Namit enjoyed some time alone with Willow, and Sunny discovered the truth about his wife. Let's examine the specifics in more detail now. Having her boyfriend home and in her bed made Carly very happy. The couple eventually surfaced for some champagne and fresh air. How did Carly come to be so fortunate as to have Drew at home? But she wasn't thrilled with his response. It turned out that the reason Drew was at home was that he was getting tired with the board and wanted to check out so someone else could handle it before he wrecked the deal. It didn't sound very like him, Carly said. She was correct, too. That wasn't all, though. Drew expressed how bored he was of playing the nice man at work, especially with Ned, and how sick of it all. Carly tried to gently nudge him back to being the sweetheart she loved because she didn't like his new outlook. Carly was left alone in the kitchen as Drew walked off to sort things out for himself. Her phone rang at that moment, showing an unknown caller on the screen. When Drew got back, Carly was obviously stoked. She informed him her mother had passed away, and it was the embassy. The horrible reality. Nina, meanwhile, was arguing with herself in her office. At last, she made the moral decision to speak the truth. She intended to accomplish it, but Willow's visit prevented her from doing so. Willow needed a new outfit because her celebration dress was torn. It gave Nana immense joy to be the hero and to save the day. She continued by discussing all the memorable events they were left out of. Willow was simply relieved that they were back together. The fireworks that had amazed the audience out at the docks were insignificant in comparison to what was to come. Olivia, Ned, and Mikey realized that Lois and Sunny weren't there in a mere 2 minutes. They ran straight to the Savoy. When they entered, Lois made them confess by holding their hand. Ned and Olivia went first and acknowledged that they knew, but Michael remained mute for a long moment. Up until Sunny insisted that he talk. After leaving, Ned, Lois, and Olivia left Sunny by himself with his son. Michael acknowledged that since Sunny and Nina's wedding day, he has been aware of the truth. Trying to talk himself out of it, he kept it to himself for Sunny's benefit. Sunny, though, didn't buy it. He insisted on hearing the name, and he sure as hell got one. Michael pointed the finger at Nina. That's when Willow and Nina arrived to the club. Brooke, Lynn, and Chase tried to have a romantic evening in at the same time. Chase received a call and had to leave to work as soon as they laughed about his dad leaping out of a plane and exchanging romantic toasts. Before the three returned home and more fireworks broke out, BLQ had hardly had time to get used to being by themselves. After dragging Lois into the living room, Olivia attacked her. How could she? Lois attempted to justify her behavior. But when she shoved Olivia's past in her face, their friendship imploded. Scout, in the meantime, kept upping the antebellum romance between Dante and Sam. The child practically begged her mother not to send her to her new school after having a nightmare about it. Sam deserves credit for being willing to comply with Scout's requests. She assured her that she would remain with all of her pals at her usual school. But as Scout got back in bed, Sam questioned whether she had made the wrong decision. What is Drew going to think? Does this imply that she is aware of Michael Corinthos's deceptive tactics? January 3, 2024, General Hospital spoilers include confessions, suspicions, and surprises. But also keep an eye out for Drew to provide Carly consolation when she needs it. Don't miss this emotionally charged episode. Willow has been kept in the dark about her mom's and husband's scheming and blackmail for the past few months. She obviously didn't know that Carly and Drew's secret identity was revealed by her recently discovered biological mother. She obviously didn't know that Michael had learned about the leaking and took advantage of it. Nina hasn't been as involved in Willow and Wiley's lives because of this. Hold on. Are words going to fly between Willow and Michael? Since the nurse is now aware that Michael was aware of the truth, she is inclined to doubt his motivations. She is aware of what Nina did, and she might understand why Nina has recently distanced herself from Willow and Wiley's life. If so, just kick back, get some popcorn, and watch the mayhem unfold. Lois was unable to contain herself. See Lois' reasoning for believing Ned is innocent. It's now necessary for Sonny to learn about all of the SEC scandal's facets. For instance, Ned's account of events and Nina's account differ. And Michael is the other one. He has been delaying this puzzle's major component for months. Furthermore, he utilized the Nina tidbit to exert control over her. When Sonny learns about this small detail, how will he respond? Sonny is starting to connect the dots, but Tracy, Jane Elliott, is about to draw some hazy conclusions of her own. With the exception of Ned's involvement, she doesn't have much stake in the whistleblowing game. Is she making a connection between this and another aspect of her life? Something like Lucy's plan to depose her, where Scott sets a honey trap for her and then embezzles all of her money. Alternatively, consider Brooke Lynn's plan to steal deception from her and give it to Maxie. Lately, Ava has experienced a number of unexpected events. She's going to have another one soon, though, when she receives an unexpected guest. Is it the individual who has been sending her images of Roger Howarth's deceased body and hiding a gun in her drawer? Or another individual? And lastly, Carly is going through one of the most difficult experiences someone can have, losing a parent. Carly is upset because Bobby, Jacqueline Zeman, is no longer with her. Fortunately, Drew is by her side and will be able to offer consolation when she needs it. How would that comfort appear? If you haven't kept up with General Hospital, Soap Hub can help you catch up on all the most recent events in Port Charles. We release the weekly update every weekend, which informs you of the major events that occurred and provides context for the current state of the program. The GH star was impressed when he sold his company for $200 million. But what really touched him was learning about his humble beginnings. Star of General Hospital Maurice Benard invited Alex Clark to his video podcast series on YouTube, State of Mind, expressing a slight sense of amazement at the very creative and clever man who built a business that sold for $200 million. Benard quickly became interested in learning more about Clark's past, since he was so intrigued by how he came to be the kind of person who could achieve what he has. He discovered that his father had contributed to the upbringing of a highly self-reliant young man. Clark was so self-reliant that, at the age of 16 or 17, he chose to remain in California following his parents' divorce and his father's job loss and subsequent relocation. In order to stay, he took 3 jobs, one of which was at Starbucks since he knew they offered health benefits. However, at the age of 22, he landed his first real job in customer service for a 3D design software company that performed top-secret work for organizations like Lockheed. You can't really look at classified documents sometimes, but you're trying to help the customer, Clark said. I have this extremely fantastic space alien-looking item that I think must be top secret. This amazing futuristic thing. The man was struggling to model it, so I said, "Well, this is how you go. This is what you're going to do." Then I said, "Okay, I just have a question." It felt like we were on the phone for a week or more, asking the same question over and over. What is this thing? Will it travel into space? Why are we in this place? Then he said, "Oh, that's a fishing bobber. I invented this brand new fishing bobber," he said. But Clark's real passion was programming and writing software. Even if some individuals were helpful, they preferred having him where he was, and he wanted to accomplish more. He changed to computer science as his major at this point. Eventually, he was able to transition to the field of software testing. His words of wisdom to others are to always treat your work with respect. Your jobs are worth it. Even in his early Starbucks days, he was a lifelong learner when it came to his line of business. He also talked about going too far, living an unbalanced life, and taking things too far. The two discussed pushing boundaries, going too far to the point of obsession, book smarts versus street smarts, and a host of other topics. Another concern was what would be lost if one were to become extremely successful in only one field. It all comes down to priorities and doing what is best for you. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.